Just when you thought it was all over, they always come back for more. Nothing truly stays dead forever. The witching hour is upon us, and time is running out. It's a race against the clock and against the undead. This is the Venom of horrors for Corona Fever.
Hello, YouTube commission? That was a bit of luck, I don't know what the I dialed. I'm looking for my great mate, Petey. Yeah, he's making some weird program for the telly. The complete and utter
in bloody COVID outbreak. I need to do something to get some views, I really do. I just can't think. I mean, who's the most sexiest man on TV? Well, that would be Kilroy, obviously. Got it. I am going to make my very own prime time current affairs discussion program. It's pretty crafty. This one's going to get me sourced to Singapore and back.
Hello and good morning. Should YouTubers be armed? In the why did I ever flush the toilet? Oh! Oh, Monica! Oh, Les Ferdinand!
Petey?
Rob? Rob! Oh, Robbie Rob! Oh, Rob! This isn't what it looks like!
No need to lie to me, Petey. I think it's pretty obvious that you have inadvertently superglued a dummy to your penis.
Prove it!
Ta-da!
Oh.
Why isn't this ruddy thing working? I've been working on it for ruddy 3 ruddy minutes.
Petey!
Oh. Robbie!
You are safe on Skype with me!
Give me the milk!
No! Now you listen here, Buster! This is my quarantine. So you better watch a good movie with me, or Rouse. How about Beetlejuice?
No.
Well, why not?
Secret.
Alright. It's a classic Tim Burton story that fans have long demanded a sequel for. It's Michael Keaton's personal favourite film of his own. It's universally loved. It's just a masterpiece.
Well, Burton had to start with a stinker in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but for some reason it was a huge hit and he then became an icon.
He did start working on a script for Batman, but Warner Brothers weren't too keen on greenlighting the film, so there were delays.
During this process, Burton continued reading other scripts that were sent his way, but he hated most of them, finding them all lacking in imagination and originality, before he was finally given the script for Beetlejuice.
Originally, Burton wanted Sammy Davis Jr. as the lead role, before producers recommended Michael Keaton. Burton wasn't too familiar with him, but he was soon convinced he was the man for the job.
And he noticed Winona Ryder's talent when he saw her in Lucas. Ah yes, Lucas, where absolutely nothing controversial happened on set whatsoever.
Oh, Robbie, it's always sex with you, isn't it?
What did I say?
You were deliberately implying that Charlie Sheen did it with children.
When? When was this?
Oh, you know very well, Lord Haw-Haw. Charlie was my fiancée!
Ha!
The other cast members gradually came on board, but some took longer to agree than others as they were unsure how to react to the weird-ass script.
The film had a budget of $15 million hairs, but he wanted to make it the style of the B-movies that he grew up with, where it looked cheap and fake, but on purpose.
Originally, Burton wanted to call the film House Ghosts, but the studio rejected the idea. So as a joke, he suggested Scared Sheetless, and was mortified to find out that they were actually considering it. Oh, those stupid I bet it was that Taffio Jones.
Oh no.
The original script had a lot less comedy and was much more graphic and dark, showing brutal deaths on screen, as well as pedophilia. Oh, you sad pervy! There's a horror movie being written here, and your first solution is to have sexual intercourse with a child?
It's little Johnny Cartwright from the flats.
That's a very good idea. That'll be, very time-consuming.
The writer of the first script was heavily criticised, however, and it was rewritten not long after, toning down a lot of the graphic nature.
Beetlejuice ended up becoming the 10th highest grossing film in 1988, earning nearly $74 million in North America alone, and was well received by critics and fans alike.
It went on to win the Academy Award for Best Makeup, the Best Horror Film, and Best Makeup at the Saturn Awards, and it instantly became a cult classic, spawning video games, stage musicals, and animated series, all growing Burton's fame further. So, Petey, how do you think?
Well, you use your brain, don't you?
Right, brain, got it. Beetlejuice!
Rob, can I drink your juice?
Oh, I see! You want to drink my juice!
Yes.
Not my penis!
Penis?
Oh, I'm going mad this morning. The first thing I have to point out, okay, so the name Beetlejuice is named after the famous star, but it's spelled differently. In the movie, it's spelled like the star, but the film's title is spelled differently to the star. Burton claims they changed it for the title because it's funnier and it's more marketable. Now, fair enough, but then right at the start of the movie, they spell the character's name like the title. Make up your mind.
That's a big fella.
She's a proper bird. Do you think she practices sex before marriage?
Hopefully she'll sign a contract.
So this is Adam and Barbara, played by Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. Fun fact for you, Alec Baldwin actually hated his own performance and was not a fan of this movie.
Stupid. I've got the cattle prod ready.
I'm gonna find his car and I'm gonna twiddle his wingers round. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna bloody well do it!
Oh, God.
That's not a green screen. What you talking about? Alright, the couple are quite cute together as they goof around. It is a nice and sweet, wholesome opening, and nothing bad is gonna happen.
But then they're having a nice romantic drive before a dog jumps out and... Wait, why are you grabbing the wheel? Why don't you just say, "Oi, bird, look out"? He is the only reason that they crash. Well, if he had the common decency to go out and get himself a driving licence instead of letting his bird do all the driving around, then maybe they could have had the opportunity to not drive into a lake. How does this even work? Is this a fat dog? His entire weight holds up the car? Is he a superhero? He's literally holding the entire weight of the car on a plank of wood. Speaking of wood, it's Gina Davis.
So it's actually a dog who ends up murdering the humans. I'm sure a cat told him to do it. Then they return home. Okay, look, I know they don't know that they're dead yet, but they just casually walk home after driving into a lake. I mean, I know it's a comedy, but come on!
Don't worry, Gina. Come back to my place and I'll cure you. See, Rob, I'll give her the kiss of life. And then, I'll give her the quick feel up. Upstairs and downstairs, of course. Of life, obviously.
Look, you listen here, Buster. Adam's your bird and Barbara's mine.
Look, okay, fine, Rob. Let's just get on with the review.
What is going on?
To show you something. Look.
Oh my god, they're vampires.
Twilight.
Geographical and temporal perimeters. Functional perimeters vary from manifestation to manifestation. Oh, this is going to take some time, honey.
Okay, they seem to be taking this news pretty well. They're dead and they're treating it like it's an inconvenience. They've just lost their lives and they're acting like someone just spilled coffee on their rug. Oh, no, we're dead. Oh, shucks.
We're dead, dude.
They literally just carry on like nothing's happened. Well, we're dead. Oh well, time to do the housework. They're so casual, it's hilarious.
Ooh la la, what do we got here? The Maitlands, huh?
No, Beetle, you fool! That's Keith and Deirdre!
From the Lamb and Flag Mixed Mud Wrestling Team!
Yes! I owe them 50 quid! They've been chasing me for 20 years!
How old are you?
Rather personal question.
God, what's she doing here?
I don't know.
Hey, Jane, up here!
Dude, you're dead! She can't hear you! But hey, it's the mum from Home Alone, and it's the principal from Ferris Bueller, and it's Winona Ryder from... It's Winona Ryder!
I've done it with her.
Done what?
Watch Beetlejuice.
She was 17 when they filmed this. There's also this fat guy who kind of looks like Daz Games.
You left the city for me. I am so happy.
Of course you are.
Well, I guess if he gets sick of this film, he can just tap his heels twice and off home.
I don't think he's a bona fide bloke, you know.
I think he may have been Scottish.
Oh, well, that's all right then. The Scottish are allowed to be transvestites.
We just have to pray the other closets are bigger than this one.
Okay, that was funny. I do love how casual the dark humour is, right? Tim Burton really shines here.
Are you trying to queer him up?
I will live with you in this hellhole, but I must express myself. If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me!
That must be nasty, Linda.
You know, I wish it was Lady Natasha, Letitia, Sarah Jane Weasley, Obstronsky, Bonsonsky, Smythe, 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 Oblamov, Dove. She's the third Viscountess of Moldavia, you know.
The rules aren't very consistent in this film, though. So when they first discover that they're dead, they realise they have no reflection. So they hold up a horse and it floats. But then, right here, she's clearly holding a knife. But they don't react. Shouldn't they be seeing a floating knife right now?
In fact, there's several scenes of them trying to scare them, one of which has them dressing in sheets and making terrible impressions of an owl. Or maybe like a Halloween pumpkin.
A mute one?
No, Rob, a talking Halloween pumpkin.
What about a banana?
Yes, alright, Rob, don't spoil it.
What about Badger?
And they clearly react, so they can clearly hear them here. But throughout the rest of the movie, they can't hear them at all.
But they can also clearly manipulate the real world. Not only can they move things, I mean, we see them slam doors. So, since they're trying to scare the family away, why can't they just throw shit at them to scare them off? Anyway, anytime they try to go outside, they can't. They're basically stuck in limbo, and this is creepy as hell. This is actually a really cool new look at the afterlife that movies just weren't doing back then.
Don't bait your mother, Pumpkin. As soon as we get settled, we'll build you a dark room in the basement, okay?
My whole life is a dark room.
Same.
Well, why don't you do it then?
Do what?
Top yourself.
I have topped myself. In fact, I've been doing nothing but top myself. Feel that bicep.
I can't touch you. 2 meters. Rona.
So you had the egg! How am I smelling that through Skype? They do repeat some cliches, like how the living spot them in windows, but it's cool because it's from a whole different perspective. It's so unique and clever. Usually we see the living trying to contact the dead, but this time it's the other way around. But how come the living can only sometimes see them? The adults can't see them at all. Except here, where the fat guy briefly sees them. And then can't.
You know, Rob, I never knew steamers let off so much smoke. It's like, tonight, Matthew, I'm gonna be...
But there he is, the man himself. And my God, Michael Keaton is amazing in this role. Even more so because most of his dialogue is improvised. Also, Burton actually considered Arnold Schwarzenegger in this role. Let's just picture that for a second.
I'll scare him real bad. The point is, folks, I'm going to do anything to get your business.
I'm a Terminator.
But again, how can she, as a living person, hear Beetlejuice anyway?
Oh, who cares, Rob? Because she's gonna have a really good look through that keyhole.
You need some help?
What's stopping her from just trying again? I mean, they knock her key out, but then walk away and about with the wall. Just try the door again, you dumb cow. I mean, they even leave and she still doesn't go in.
Sweetheart, go help your mother.
Maybe you can relax in a haunted house, but I can't.
Have you seen you? You look like you'd thrive on a haunted house. In fact, when you do meet them, you're not even scared. There is a funny scene, though, as they wait in a reception area to be seen, and they see all the other dead people.
Look, it's Gustio Winderflap.
Look! It's Dodgy Ken, the lawyer. Ah, he must love Stalk Margarine.
Because he's only got one leg.
Clever b****. Weirdly, everyone remains the exact way they died, except for Adam and Barbara. People were hanged or ran over or burned or attacked, and they remain in that form. But Adam and Barbara aren't soaking wet despite the fact that they drowned. I mean, there is a reason for this. Tim Burton didn't want his actors uncomfortable and soaking wet throughout the whole shoot. But from a story point of view, it makes no sense.
All new arrivals report to waiting room number 8. Flight 409 is arriving.
Hello? 444.
Shotgun and dribble? Oh, but now she wants to go up into the attic. But Jesus Christ, the imagery is dark. Look at this. And yet it's hilarious too. I'm so confused.
Oh, Adam. What is this?
That's the Lost Souls room. Poor devils.
What's wrong?
We're very unhappy.
What did you expect? You're dead.
She has a point.
Why? Have her trousers fallen down? No. They're up. I can clearly see that they're up. Oh, I see your point.
Why? Have my trousers fallen down? No, they're not. They're up. I can see they're up. Oh, I see your point.
Why? Have my trousers fallen down? Oh, I see your point.
Why? Have my trousers fallen down? No, they're not. They're up. I can see they're up. Oh, I see your point. Petey, help! We're stuck in some knob-gag Bermuda Triangle.
It obviously doesn't do any good to pull your heads off in front of people if they can't see you.
We should start more simply, is that?
Start simply. Do what you know. Use your talents. Practice.
Like, throw at them.
Don't be so foul.
What about that guy in the flyer? You know, Beetle...
Don't even say his name.
Candyman?
To be fair, they do a great job hyping up this evil entity really well.
You said titty.
I do love how the caseworker gives them all this exposition with a slashed throat.
You're jealous!
That's when they decide to wear the bed sheets because apparently that was the best they could come up with. Okay, that is really funny. If it's good enough for Michael Myers, it's good enough for them. But then Winona Ryder doesn't even react to meeting them. But how could she see and hear them anyway?
You can see us without the sheets.
Of course I can see you.
Well, how is it that you see us and nobody else can?
Lazy writing. You know, forcing a connection with a gothic girl.
He's gonna have it off with her.
Oh, Rob. Don't you ever yearn for change?
Off.
All right then. I'll off. Here I am. F***ing off. Rob, how does one exactly f*** off?
Very f***ing quickly.
Don't you use language like that with me, young man.
What? English?
The language of the gutter snipe.
But seriously, they never actually give a real reason. They just say, oh, she's strange and unusual. That's it. That's just lazy writing. How did Fat Boy see them earlier then?
Why don't you leave?
We can't. We haven't left the house since the funeral.
Funeral. God, you guys really are dead.
What, because they said they had a funeral?
Wait, Rob. I have some sad and tragic news. I'm seeing something.
Let me see.
When the corona strikes one time...
Yes?
You're gonna die.
Oh, I'm gonna what?
You are going to die.
Will people stop telling me this? But it is such a creepy and awesome moment as Beetlejuice finally appears in the flesh after they summon for his help.
Well, where is he? What do we do?
So wait, say his name 3 times and he appears. But you just gotta dig him up first. Bit of a rip-off.
Hang on, we clearly see him grabbing a fly out of his grave earlier, but now he's stuck in a coffin. Why? Why?
Just calm down, Petey.
Why doesn't she want me?
Beetlejuice is a man!
She's not!
Just watch the video!
Oh, have we got a video?
Yes, we've got a video!
I'm Batman.
Babs. I'm really gonna have to get to know you guys. You know, we gotta get closer. Move in with you for a while. Get to be real pals. You know what I'm saying? And save that guy for later.
Ah, the secret ingredient in the famous Friday Night Fry-Up.
What are your qualifications?
Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague, and I had a pretty good time during that. I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
God, he is awesome in this.
Let's go.
I know, Barbara, honey, but I think he could be of some use later
let's
on.
meet work something out of ourselves. We just have to try.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob. He's so hard.
Well, he is now.
You bunch of losers! You're working with a professional here! Nice model!
The language of the toilet.
Nice drink.
And that's where we get this famous scene. And surprisingly, Burton wasn't a fan of it at first. He didn't think it would work and that it wouldn't be funny enough, but it remains one of the most iconic sequences in movie history.
Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.
Banana!
Come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Live 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me want
I can't see!
I can't help but think, though, wouldn't just slamming doors and throwing stuff around be less effort? And how are only 2 people doing this entirely on their own after just a few hours of learning how to horn? But Jesus Christ, the shrimp even attacks them. But they're not even fazed. They love it. This comedy's amazing. They even decide to use the ghosts for profit. But somehow this one jackass still denies the ghosts being real. How? They need to do something really evil to prove that they exist.
What? Like trick or treating?
No, we can't go outside.
Watching Emmerdale.
No!
We could take them down the pub.
No, they're all shut. It has to be something supremely evil.
What about blowing off in the bathroom and then running away?
Yes, that's very much more the feel.
They're in there. They must live like animals.
It's locked. How do they get in?
Open this door, you dead people, or we'll bust it down and we'll drag you out by the ropes you hanged yourself with.
Okay, this is amazing.
Didn't commit suicide.
It doesn't matter.
It's so dark, but so funny at the same time. What's going on? But wait, how exactly can the humans see and touch the deceased handbook?
I don't want to do business with you deadbeats anyway. Thank you. The only one I think I can deal with is Edgar Allan Poe's daughter. I think she understands me.
He's gonna have it off with her.
She's like 13! Remember when I said the original script was a lot darker? Well, originally, the death would have been a lot more graphic and shown every part of their gruesome demise at the start of the film. And Beetlejuice was going to actually be looking for sex from their daughter. But she's 13! And then he goes to a strip club. Cool, just hope they're overage.
Adam, why did you build that?
I didn't.
I did.
He's off to have a wangle. It's a medieval folk dance. And then Beetlejuice turns into a damn snake. Wait, how can they see him? And how can he even help Adam and Barbara? What are the rules? Oh, well, it's at least scary. Look at it. Can you tell Tim Burton directed this?
We cannot have a routine haunting like yours provide proof that there is existence beyond death.
Coach, where's the men's room?
Yeah.
Wait, the dead still need to
I am utterly alone.
Cheer up, Winona. There's billions of ugly blokes in the world. Johnny Depp's gonna have it off with you sooner or later. But Jesus Christ, she even writes a suicide note. I mean, I do wish they spent more time on this. She feels neglected and unloved, but it's kind of just brushed under the rug.
What are you going to do? To scare them.
Throw something at them? But they do have some amazing stop motion effects of their faces. But, I thought the humans can't see them. So wait, why do they hide every time the humans show up anyway? Literally, every time the living go into the attic, they duck and hide even though they can't see them. But weirdly, Beetlejuice tries to get Ryder to say his name to unleash him, but he can't directly tell her it, so they have to play charades. Isn't that practically the same thing? I mean, he says he can't say the name because then word will spread, but then she's going to learn it anyway through this game. Which doesn't make any sense. But to their credit, you expect her to be tricked by it, but she isn't.
He told me that if I let him out, he would take me to the other side to find you.
No, Lydia. We're dead.
I want to be dead too.
Oh, it's another Bella.
But they do have some great physical humour with Adam's big-ass nose, but then they again hide from the living. Why? They can't see you!
Well, I don't know from guilt. I just want to see them.
Otho, can you do it?
It'll be tricky, but I think I can handle it.
No! Wait, what am I worried about? Otho, you can't even change a tire.
But then they have a creepy-ass seance. Mate, this is a comedy, and it does have a lot of dark and creepy moments. They start getting dragged into the world of the living. This is terrifying! Oh, so you had the egg again?
Well, they shouldn't make it so scary then.
Well, it's a lot scarier now, I'll tell you that much. But it does get quite touching as Winona tries to reach out to them. But nah, ghosts aren't real. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for all of this.
They even start to die. Jesus. It's so heartbreaking.
Although, this is a really nice Jack Skellington Easter egg here. Before Beetlejuice shows up as a circus act. Okay, this is hilarious and yet it's still somewhat dark.
Oh God, I hope there isn't a fortune teller in there.
No, it's okay, Petey. We've only got 5 pence.
Ho ho. That's alright then.
We must be past our 5 pence limit. And he just murdered a couple. I hope you're happy, Winona.
Also,
I don't get it. He's just wearing another suit.
Well, now we can use his breezy trousers as a parachute.
Don't you call him overweight, young man! The stop motion really is a great sign of things to come for Tim Burton as well.
And then Beetlejuice tries to marry her. She's 13.
But even at the wedding, Beetlejuice is hilarious.
Beetle! Come on. Beetlejuice! Scram! Come on! Big eye.
May we continue?
Can't he just say his name 3 times inside the model? They never specify he has to literally be right by them.
Oh, she's riding a snake.
This must be what they call foreplay.
Oh, who would have thought?
Oh, I have no idea what's going on, but I love it. I'm glad I had time to grow a beard. But it's all over and they all decide to coexist together. It is quite cute as Adam and Barbara now act as her parents. It is really sweet.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body liner.
Oh, look. Another musical number for Matilda to rip off.
And then Beetlejuice has to wait for hours on end to be seen. It's just like the NHS.
And that was before the lockdown.
After the success of the original, Burton actually went straight to work on a sequel just 2 years later, under the title of Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. As long as there's no pineapple on pizza.
Oh no, Rob, because you get me every time.
It's all very personal.
Burton just thought that the idea of Beetlejuice on a surfing backdrop was hilarious. It would have followed the same family there to cause havoc once again. Beetlejuice was even going to win a surfing contest. I bet he can't buzz surf though, can he?
Oh, he's no gas man.
That's the beauty of it.
Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder both agreed to come back, but only if Tim Burton once again directed. However, they both became preoccupied with Batman Returns, which slowed things down.
As the next year rolled around, Burton still wanted to do the film, but felt more rewrites needed to be done to freshen up the script. Kevin Smith was even approached to write in 1996, but he turned it down, saying that there didn't need to be a sequel to Beetlejuice.
It's also worth noting that he turned it down to make Superman Lives, which never got made. Good thinking.
I feel so stupid.
By 1997, the script was still lingering around, but was unlikely to be made. They felt like Winona Ryder was now far too old for the part, and the only option would be to completely recast.
It wasn't until September of 2011, Warner Brothers hired Seth Graham Smith, who previously worked with Tim Burton, to finally write a sequel to Beetlejuice. They wanted to make a story that was worth doing, and not just to cash in on the name. They didn't want a forced remake or a reboot to shove down people's throats. They also were adamant that Michael Keaton would come back, and they refused to recast him.
In February of 2012, they met with Michael Keaton and he was still down to do the sequel. He had been wanting to do it for about 20 years, and they planned to make it a real-time continuation set 26 or 27 years later.
In November 2013, Winona Ryder admitted she can't say much as she's sworn to secrecy, but the sequel looked like it was happening. She admitted she loved the character so much and she really wanted to continue her story 27 years later, but she'd only do it if Keaton and Burton were still involved.
By December 2014, Burton admitted he loved the Beetlejuice character and he really missed working with Michael. He admitted they were working on a script and he believes it's the closest they've ever been to actually getting it done.
In January 2015, the script was finally finished, and they planned to shoot Beetlejuice 2 by the end of that year, with both Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder returning in their respective roles. Ryder confirmed she'd be back in an August interview that year.
However, by May of 2016, things still weren't moving forward. Burton claimed that the film has to be done under the right circumstances. They didn't want to rush it. They had to make it perfect, and he suddenly claimed that there's nothing set in stone yet.
But by October 2017, more rewrites were done, but in April of 2019, Warner Bros. Finally announced that the sequel had been cancelled.
All that teasing for nothing!
I know, Rob, and now I've got a red hot tip, and there's nothing I can do about it.
The original is a classic. The rules of the living and dead and their interactions are a bit inconsistent. Some of it doesn't quite add up, but it's so funny you don't really care. It combines horror with comedy really well, the acting is perfect, it has great casting, and it's one of the most memorable films in the 1980s with one of the most memorable lead performances in history. It really is a must-see.
Let's be honest, whoever would have thought an idea like this would work? Two people die, they go to the ghost world, underworld, whatever they're calling it or classing it as, and then they come back to the real world in order to try and scare people out of their house, but they end up having to use a demonic entity. Whoever would have thought this would actually work? But it was the film at the right place, at the right time, with the right cast. Mwah! Très magnifique. Now, you listen here, Buster, because I've had enough of these bloody reviews.
Oh, you have you? Well, what are you gonna do about it?
You don't!
Yes, you bad!
Rob! There's no need for this. Why must we abuse ourselves?
Pete! I give in!
That's all we had to say, Rob. Could this be the end of our crossovers?